to get in position. Amore looks like he's stretching out his leg over there. A quick substitution for him. He had a big-time game. There's a big-time jam.
As they hit that three-pointer, beautiful-looking stroke with young blood. And he's now 3 of his first 3. That was his second triple already. Saxen, big sequence for the Gales. A little bit of contact, and he puts it down.
I was going to
settle in here as they face their biggest test of the season by far.
Nice tip there from behind just then. Was it Barrett? Yep, it was Barrett who got the tip from behind.
And that's the test of will, is that we hit on at the top. Who can dictate the pace? St. Mary's forcing the 7th Alabama turnover. Saxen, full extension.
That is
Nelson.
Good block out. Saxen just then.
Able to keep Omari on his back.
Go all the way. If you can get a seam, you have to try to challenge some people off the dribble.
Saxen need it badly.
City into the first-round game.
Nelson back in his usual starting role tonight. And has given Alabama an 11-point lead. Then the winner of this game moving on to Newark, New Jersey in the Sweet 16 next week. Saxen, contact! And he's got the night in 12 attempts.
He always figures out how to get to his power hand, his strong hand, his left hand.
Ross picks up the dribble, resets. As Alabama has pushed its lead back to where it was at halftime. Saxen going glass.
There's that quick to get on target right where he put it. What a run out that was on a miscue by St. Mary's. Not really forced, just mishandled. There's a pitch to the bottom, goes straight up.
Saxen under control. He had Nelson Edwards dials up a 3. They had one of their worst offensive games of the season, did St. Mary's. How quickly can they get themselves recalibrated here? Obviously running into a really strong team at Vanderbilt.
Now, if they stick to their options, this is one of them right here. Nice little pick and roll. Saxen with the Vanderbilt team they're energetic, they're pumped up. They'll probably be leaning towards half court. Just be patient with it. It'll come.
Ashton Hardaway has checked in now for Brandy Bennett for the first time. Saxen has the fire, and he hits.
As I said a moment ago, doesn't know how to take a play off. Well, everything's contested down deep, though.
There comes Lewis. Once again, Saxen loose ball, powers up, misses, and then they tap in by Saxen. His pass deflected. Tanner. Lewis gets it back, misses. Saxen is there to clean it up.
That hit the rim, too, so off on him, and he couldn't catch up to him in the corner. Really surprised that didn't get at least closer than that one.
For all the Gales' three-point struggles, Vandy hasn't been much better. 5 of 17 today. Wessel's on the plate. Smart pass to Saxen.
You saw him sitting there.
Where they rank and the scoring defense is really good. They manage possessions. They've turned the ball over 3 times. They're shooting 23%. They've gotten almost no offensive rebounds. If you're Gonzaga right now, keep attacking the paint. You have not been a great, prolific three-point shooting team. Continue to get the ball inside and be aggressive.
They're double-teaming Marshallonis, and somebody's got to make them pay for that. Saxen games, they got pushed around a little bit by the Gales.
Well, and they had to watch St. Mary's celebrate in the McCarthy Athletic Center. Their home court, first time ever in that building's history.
The team had clinched and celebrated on that floor. Saxen kind of hesitated, but it turned into a nice play. Gets a screen from Ike. Hickman will pull up and miss it. Ike tapped it, but Barrett comes away.
I think you almost have to keep Mikey Lewis out on the floor if they're going to continue to have to play man-to-man with him, because the offense is moving along. Good drop-off by Marshallonis.
Ike runs the floor. Russell swats it away. Ike wanted a goaltend, but none was called.
Harry Wessel's got a big block in that game in Moraga. That was great hustle by the big man. He scored it at one end and got back in transition with urgency.
He's been playing well down the stretch of this season. Saxen got his feet set and made the basket. Ryan Demhard, how about that story? He was taken out of the game in the final minute of the half with 2 fouls and then got a technical while he was on the bench. So now he has 3 as we start the second half. St. Mary's has the ball and a great pass. Saxen dunks it home from Marshall.
He's playing his best basketball of the season right now.
Great regular season finale in the win against San Francisco. Beat San Francisco again. Played well against them again last night. And now he's been Gonzaga's best player in this championship game.
That was close to a travel.
Saxen against Ike.
Huff continues to dominate this game. Such great composure, awareness to get to the spot where he can be successful.
Saxon's had a good game as well as they punch their ticket to the NCAA tournament. We're out here in Las Vegas. Dave Fleming, Sean Farnham. Semifinal game number 1 of 2 tonight here at the Orleans Arena. And we have a true, incredible underdog story in this first matchup. Mitchell Saxen and St. Mary's dominated the league in the regular season. Going Odom. He's going to try to get a shot off. Had to step back. And no, not this time.
Just a little bit to the right.
Marshalonis was trying to feed Morauskas, who's setting up down low. He'll get a catch. Olis Morauskas, the newcomer of the year in conference play. Good pass.
If you're gonna,
that was the second foul against Koulibaly.
Ooh, that's a awkward shot pass.
In the world happened there? Foray. He hit the rim with his pass.
If it goes in, is that an assist and a made bucket?
Give him both. Just give him both. Marshalonis. Lewis had to save it in bounds. They are paying a lot of attention to Mikey Lewis.
I would too.
Saxen spin move. That was a tough move by the big man.
They're representing their university with a great deal of pride with the fight and the resiliency that they're showing here.
Offensive rebounds for St. Mary's. Dominating.
In this tightly packed venue, would like to hear that from you. Barrett hit an early 3. Saxen with a rebound and a fall. And I'm not sure he could have penned a better start for the Beavers in what is a really tough road venue. Ross, entry. Saxen, left hand, that's good. Oregon State, 10 of 14 from the stripe. You see the run. Seems like every possession gets down to the last 5 on the clock. Saxen! Marshalonis sweeping hook. Saxen follows it. That's almost a set.
A lot of coaches are saying across the world of college basketball. You're right with Oregon State. But that's the world of college basketball. You got to recruit even when you coach them.
Well, the one thing he's got going for him is so many foreign players. They are not eligible for NIL. They can't go back to their countries in the summer and make some money. So they're not attracted by agents who say, I can get you this much to come to our place. They started out, they had a 15-8 lead, and then that evaporated. Barrett, a 3, is off. Saxen doing what Saxen does. Offense can have.
He plays with a lot of confidence.
This is as close as they've been in a long time. St. Mary's just couldn't pull away. Saxen spinning against Asanza. Saxen a hook, and it goes for the big fella.
The WCC, great environment. And the Gales will have the ball first.
Joe Few in the starting lineup for the Zags as it's an all-senior starting lineup. So no Graham Ike out on the floor. He did not walk with the team. He still has 1 year of eligibility. You can read into that what you want.
But it's a tradition here with Gonzaga. And so Joe Few getting a chance to start a game. Mark's son, Mitchell Saxen, down low, scores the first basket of the night. Here's Ben Gregg, open 3 right side, no. So the Zags, a slow offensive start. St. Mary's has the 6-0 lead and the ball. Jordan Ross, nice dish to Saxen, who scores the basket. Plus,
there's a vacant spot for him to attack, and a good job by Saxen, by the way, not picking up a cheap, silly foul in that instance.
Saxen goes by Ike with the left hand, the finish. And they're sticking with the pressure.
St. Mary's is over collapsing into the paint. And they're almost tearing Gonzaga to continue to knock down those shots. clean looks, though, and early on the returns are saying the Zags are making their threes tonight.
If Gonzaga makes threes, they're a different team. They just haven't done it this year like they have in the past. Here's Saxen, shot clock winding down. Mitchell Saxen over top Ike. Another basket for Russell's. I don't know about that shot. Saxen, the offensive rebound.
It's passing, and you're going to have some three-point shots, but the passing hasn't been great.
Marciulionis for three.
Not even close.
Saxen got the rebound, scores with a foul. Barrett against the pressure, finds Saxen underneath, and a shot blocked, but scores anyway.
11-point lead. All day and twice on Sunday. Masic, no-look feed underneath for Dang Deaton. It was blocked by Saxen.
And also blocked by Jordan Ross. It was a hell of a pass. Just a really good reaction by Ross.
Saxen down low. Out to Ross. Right back down to Saxen, who's promptly double-teamed. They feed it back inside, and Saxen flippers it up and in. The day would wear their red uniforms at home against BYU. With the Cougars no longer in the conference, it's against Portland tonight. As many
years, they're tied right now with a team that has a plus 10 rebound margin for the season at 17 rebounds apiece. Augustus Marciulionis and St. Mary's with the first possession of the second half, and Mitchell Saxen
finds his opening, driving left, a straight line drive.
Here's the steal by Mitchell Saxen, and he dunks it in for. By the way, with the addition of Washington State and Oregon State, St. Mary's still this year has beaten every team in the conference, and they've done that for 4 consecutive years. If you think about that, it's a remarkable stat. Morauskas one rebound away, by the way, of another double-double to go with his 30 points. He's got 9 boards. Saxen inside.
That was when I met Randy and said, you know, you might be winning the wrong games, right? And look, but Mitchell Saxen and one. He was just 4 for 23 from deep prior to that three-point attempt. Couple surprises, three-point shooters in the lead. Mitchell Saxen.
Offensively, they're really patient. They've got a great point guard in Marciulionis, and I think an athletic, undisciplined team from a major conference would have fits with them.
Mitchell Saxen. The Gales will jog it up.
And you wonder if the double set of bigs for St. Mary's is going to take effect, or will Oregon State be able to beat them in transition? Right now, the Gales have the bigger lineup, but they don't post up that much.
Off balance, and with the left hand, Mitchell Saxen.
Big baskets.
Setting the tone coming off the tough loss Thursday night. The miss by Josiah Lake. And here comes St. Mary's and Jordan Ross. Mitchell Saxen fouled and one for Saxen.
He makes a good read right there, decides to give it up, but they just can't connect on the bounce pass. And now the Gales, in no hurry, will be deliberate and execute their offense.
Nice find, Augustus Marciulionis to Mitchell.
He's the second defender around with St. Mary's. Great team defense. Marciulionis attacking from the blind side, and now the drop-off for the easy 2.
Mitchell Saxen
front late in the possession.
Marciulionis launching a deep 3. And the rebound, there's Wessels for St. Mary's on the offensive glass, and a fresh 20 for the Gales. Mitchell Saxen drives in off the feed from Augustus.
The Beavers haven't had a chance to run. St. Mary's hasn't turned it over. When they've missed shots, they get
his first shot of the night. Meanwhile, for the Gales, Marciulionis, Dan talked about one of the best point guards in college basketball, period. Jordan Ross, a nice compliment to him in the backcourt. Marciulionis finds his front court mate, Mitchell Saxen, who lays it in.
Tonight,
baseline out of bounds. A team 3 times didn't recognize, didn't get a shot off.
Wow, what a sloppy turnover that was. And Saxen running the floor. Gets it from Marshallonis for the first team all-league player last year. Is having another good season. His last year here at San Francisco.
Well, he's found a coach that believes in him again. Started his career at Wyoming, where he had a great freshman year, and then Texas A&M just wasn't a good.
Marshallonis, way short. Saxen puts it in.
And the thing about Saxen is he.
Dons have not beaten St. Mary's since early January 2019. 11 straight losses to maybe their biggest rival. Santa Clara is a big, longtime historic rival. Mitchell Saxen, tough shot, and it goes.
The hoop.
Graham Ike. And the tap back to Augustus Marshallonis. Here we go. Saxen will get a touchdown low. And with the left hand, scores off last.
Saxen.
A lot of these tough shots, ball tipped in by Saxen. He's trying to become the 6th player to do it. He's got 10 already tonight.
Some pretty good guards on that list, including John Morant.
Mitchell Saxen's been quiet on this end. Gets a bucket.
What did that tell?
Wow.
My producer telling me that in my ear. I'm like, are you sure that's real?
St. Mary's in the half court against the zone, just not getting good looks.
And look how passive they are. They're not getting the ball at the free throw line. They're not getting the ball in the paint.
Lewis passed it instead of shooting it. And
moving, trying to relocate. Didn't get a clean look. Couldn't get the pass off because the defense was so good. But there was effort there. People weren't just staring and watching.
Richie mentioned this. They like to use a lot of clock. Marshallonis leaves it for Saxen, who finishes.
So look at this. They were up by 2 at the half. Suddenly they're up by 7. And now they can slow the pace down again.
9 turnovers for Santa Clara.
Big fella wants to go to work down inside.
Saxen against Tilly. Spinning with the left. Got it to go.
You go on the road to play on the road, it's going to travel with you. And they're so good and so consistent under Randy Bennett's defensive system. The last like 6-7 years under Coach Randy Bennett.
Beautiful move by Stewart. Couldn't go. The tip didn't go. And that's how it has gone for Santa Clara in the second half.
In this league, the WCC, adding Oregon State and Washington State for the 2 years has really boosted the strength of the leagues, resulting in a lot more quad 1 and 2 opportunities and games.
We talked about them being a good offensive rebounding team. 17-6 offensive rebounds.
Points in the paint.
You look at the other night, San Francisco only 12 points in the paint. They make it difficult for you on every single possession.
Borowski's spinning. Watts cut him off. Marshallonis got to create. Shot clock running down to Saxen for the layup. That's pretty stuff.
Good pass.
Again, clock is down. Again, it's in Ross's hand. Missed it. Saxen with the tip. For the last 4 minutes here in the Palouse, it looks much more like the St. Mary's we've come to know. Not only this season, but all of Randy Bennett's 24 years.
3 turnovers, 2 of them being moving screens. You know the pressure from St. Mary's is not going to quit.
Saxen spinning.
So the roll created all the attention. Favors wide open in the corner in front of the Washington State bench.
This is a guy who suffered an injury of 2 broken hands about a month and a half ago. Saxen rolls with it. Late clock, Marshallonis driving. No, Saxen rebounds. And
possession, the Cougars gave up an offensive rebound to Saxen. After a good defensive possession, you have to finish it off there.
Saxen with the screen. Mismatch on Ross. Late clock, Marciulionis again. Lob pass, Saxen, oh, beautiful! As the
long. Lingard tries for his second three, doesn't get the roll. This rebound ripped down by Morauskas, who runs it himself into the front court.
Tremendous rebound, Morauskas.
Ross, kick out. Mikey Lewis. And to Saxen in the post. The fifth-year senior from Seattle. Saxen with the left. Now St. Mary's is...
It was one of the easier looks he had. He's got to get going. You can't win if he doesn't play really well, Carter. Leading scorer in the West Coast Conference.
Saxen power dribble, gets right past.
Time, a big guy get on Williams, and Saxen couldn't guard him off the dribble.
Marciulionis finds Saxen inside. That's another time. Lingard's 4 made threes in the first half, kept him within shouting distance, but they've gone dry in the second half.
Yeah, we've seen this movie before. Get it to the post, back him in, give him some help.
Saxen around Lingard, finishes with the left. So.
Into that lead.
Just under 7 minutes remaining. Pepperdine only down by 7. Their numbers couldn't be any worse than still only down by 7. Ball goes inside. Morauskas underneath, laying it in. Easy layups as the Waves get the ball to Odom. 15-foot jumper won't go. And the loose ball picked up by Saxen. Luke Barrett leading the Gales with 12 points. He's been the one player the Waves have not been able to stop. He's got 12 points, 4 rebounds, 5 of 7 shooting. Underneath and laying it in is Mitchell Saxen. He was an assistant for 16 years before getting his first head coaching job with St. Mary's. He's a graduate of UC San Diego back in 1986. And his dad, Tom, was a very successful head coach in Arizona at the JC level for 30 years at Mesa Community College. 8 seconds to go. Marciulionis dribbling with 5. Underneath the Saxen lays it in with 2. That's Ross. The Gales in first place in the league standings. A 3-point jumper by Barrett, no good. Another rebound by Saxen, lays it in at conference standings with Santa Clara, Washington State, and Gonzaga all 5-2. The Gales hold on. They'll be at 6-0 and distance themselves from the other 3 teams. The Waves are at Oregon State Thursday night. This is Hawk, gets it inside. Saxen slams it in.
Long rebound out to Marciulionis. He'll drive. Great pass inside, and the putback is there for Saxen. 5 left to go. 23-13. St. Mary's in front. Underneath Barrett. I got for Marciulionis. Ashton Hardaway, the sophomore from Carson's, checked in for the first time. A Memphis transfer. Saxen back in with the right hand. It's up and good. 25-30. Diego. Here's Pierre. Driving down the floor. Saxen with a block shot.
He's been everywhere tonight.
Hardaway inside. Barrett will get the layup. 29-15. Into the corner. Hardaway for 3. Up and no good. Long rebound to Barrett.
A great box out by Barrett. He leveraged himself in a position to go get that ball.
Ross underneath for Saxen, who lays it in. 44-28.
Tough shot, contested shot. Able to knock it down.
Jordan Ross across the line looking for Saxen, up and in. Mitchell Saxen just get in for Saxen. Great move inside, still got the ball, and he lays it in.
I mean,
Paulus Morauskas high off. No. Tip in by Saxen.
Less than 2 feet away from each other. That means there's a lot more arms and defenders there to swipe it away.
Saxen spinning inside and ends the drought.
Love that Balasaga Webb went right at Saxen right there. He doesn't want to pick up a quick foul. Good job of just keeping it high and going over his left shoulder.
Marshallonis, the WCC Player of the Year, off the Saxen. I don't know how he got that one to go.
All of a sudden.
They always do. Sit courtside. You think you have a word or two. Ross. Across the paint to Saxen. Flushes it home for Balasaga Webb.
Balasaga Webb needs to get a few more touches. He was involved in the beginning of the game offensively. Got a little bit of foul trouble. They need to go back inside and make things happen.
Both him and Saxen working with 3 fouls. Saxen's Saxen again inside, got good position and not much.
Pepperdine is at home against San Diego, and the Waves are up 44-28 early in the third.
Offensive rebound for Mitchell Saxen. He's going to fight his way back to the glass and finish.
For the Waves.
Great find down low by Barrett for Morauskas, who can't finish, but Saxen gets the offensive rebound, and he puts it back. The mark receiving the pass. Dosic the other way. That was blocked by Jordan Ross.
The Gales have a break going here, but they might be better served to bring the ball out, and I think they're going to do that now and get the last shot of the first half.
That's just the 5th block of the season for Jordan Ross. And down to 10. Ross for Saxen, down low, got it. Great. Traveling one to the corner for Marshallonis. Jumper brushes the net. Saxen offensive rebound, and he beats the shot clock from the out to Luke Barrett. Sidesteps a 3, now floats one up, hits the front of the rim. He's going to go out and get his own rebound. Seen a lot of that early on for the Gales attacking the offensive glass. They've already got 4 offensive rebounds tonight. There's Saxen all the way through. Washington on Marshallonis fades away just in front of the free throw line, and that shot faded.
And again, excellent defense by Marshallonis, as Washington was trying to back him down, but Marshallonis held his position well.
Saxen right around, because every time you shoot the basketball, you're trying to score, but I really don't think that one had any business going in. The free throw doesn't go in, but Saxen has an offensive rebound, and too much juice on the second chance, but the third chance goes in. My goodness. Coming right up the baseline, and Ralph, after being quiet in the first half, he's got 5 here in the second half already. The feed by Lewis for Mitchell Saxen underneath.
Randy Bennett gave him some encouragement and say, hey, just get back and play. Don't worry. Sometimes the shot's just not going to fall.
So the Gales with 2 in double-double land as Saxen wants more. And he drops that one in with
turns to lose his pivot foot.
Of the 5 on the floor right now for Utah State, none of them have scored. An interesting anomaly, and the only one for the Gales who hasn't scored on the floor is Saxen. Lewis to Morauskas, recovers it off his feet. And it's in the hands of Marshallonis. Spins and finds Saxen, and he's on the scoreboard. 4 here in this first half. But can the Gales get some points off of turnovers? That's been the issue for them in this one. They've only been able to get 2 points off of turnovers. Here comes Saxen through the lane, and Mitchell Saxen makes it a 2.
With 7, rebounds with 4, and assists with 4.
There's Martinez for a 3. It's short, and Morauskas has the rebound. St. Mary's took great care of the basketball in the first half, just 4 turnovers. Utah State's defense forces nearly 17 a game. Marshallonis finds Saxen, who pushes it up with the left hand. Isaac Johnson with his first triple tonight, the 6th for Utah State. And just like that, they're back up by 11. Barrett was double teamed. There goes Saxen. It falls in. Took a couple of bounces
in this game that the Aggies have gotten an out-of-bounds play and get a layup out of it. Again, something that Randy Bennett probably is not particularly thrilled by.
Marciulionis for Saxen, spins around Gaterezzi and finishes again. Doing here tonight. Marciulionis, top of the arc for three. Saxen with the offensive rebound, and he'll put it back. Road win before the resumption of Mountain West play. It's Mikey Lewis on the floor in the place of Joshua Dent, who got some really good run there. But the Gales need shooters, and they need scorers. There's Saxen down low from Marciulionis, and that's a good stat line for him, but he's got the first 2 points of the night from the free throw line. And Bud Clark lost a handle on the basketball, and Morauskas comes away with it. And now the Gales have numbers if they push. It's Marciulionis to Saxen, goes underneath with the left.
If you're a Warriors fan, you can look at the bright side of this. It took them 4.5 minutes to get a first point, but they're down by only 6, even in that drought.
Marciulionis cuts around a man, then finds Saxen, who puts it down with Saxen. Saxen trying to fight through two. He tips it back in. Back from the timeout, 42-40. St. Mary's will have possession of it as Augustus Marciulionis looks to inbound, does so to Morauskas. St. Mary's trying to extend this 2-point lead. They've still not trailed tonight, but here in the second half, the Warriors have pulled to within even on multiple possessions. And they're shooting 6 of 8 from the floor early on here in this second half. It's Saxen down low, and Mitchell Saxen in an 8-point victory as Bud Clark races his way around everybody. Morauskas, Saxen, you name it.
Bud Clark awakening quite demonstratively here in the second half after going scoreless in the first half.
And if you're on the Merrimack side, where was this in the first half? It could have been a drastically different game. Otherwise, it's Mitchell Saxen a couple of times early in the game, but this time recovers, steps back for three. It rattles out, and Ross has the rebound. Now the Gales the other way, trying to give themselves a little bit of a cushion. Time starting to wind down in this one a little bit. Less than 9.5 to go. Morauskas for Saxen, who's been hot, and he stays hot.
Script has been flipped. It was St. Mary's getting off to the tough start in the first half. Mitchell Saxen in the country in his senior year. Couldn't deliver when his name was called there in the corner. St. Mary's looking to take the lead. Have not led in this game. Mitchell Saxen changes.
Sets jumping up here. We are underway. Barrett grabs it. St. Mary's has possession. Augustus Marciulionis early on leaving guys in his wake, and Saxen doing what he's done. Here's Jordan Ross in the paint with the right hand stretching out, no good. But Saxen again with that off. Shot clock at 10. Ball caroms into the hands of Saxen. Bodies with Glover, and another chance for a three-point.
St. Mary's and UTSA, Saxen and Jai. And this time it's won cleanly by the Gales. So St. Mary's 7-1 on the season, coming off their lone loss of the year in the Acrisure series, where they fell to Arizona State in the finale of that one, 68-64. Mitchell Saxen off the feed from Jordan Ross in the three.
Primo Spears, the number 5 scorer in the country, averaging 23.7 points per game. Gave you a pretty good idea of why he's that high among the nation's leaders with that three-pointer.
We will be calling his name a lot tonight. There's no doubt about it. Saxen for Marciulionis. Almost lost it as he was running towards the pass. Shot clock down to 7. Saxen down low, fades away, gets it off the glass and in. Ross fakes, spins, puts his man in a blender, can't finish. Saxen, though, with the left hand. Barrett there for the rebound.
And let's remember this sequence. The UTSA misses 2 foul shots and had missed the layup on the previous possession. It had a chance to cut it to 10 on either of those possessions.
Lewis for Hardaway, bounce pass for Saxen, and the finish.
And that's one way.
2 field goals made through their first 12 minutes of the game, and now both teams have the same number of made baskets at 13. That's kind of hard to believe.
That is hard to believe, but it is indeed true.
I should give Ryan Barnett a little more credit. Assistant Athletics Director for Communications.
There you go.
Assistant Director of Communications. That's my bad, RB. Saxen beat the shot clock and laid it in off 75-72. It's still a 3-point game.
And Spears' unselfishness pays off for the Roadrunners there. He could have had a shot, but I think Saxen thought he was going to take the shot.
Barrett for Saxen. Reverse with a foul.
Saxen and Big Sean Phillips Jr.
A couple big bruisers out there. And Saxen off the inbound and off the glass. Back games with a downtown hit for Hardaway as Ross pokes it free from Mason. The active hands from St. Mary's. And it's Saxen with the turnaround make. Timeout Bobby Hurley after
guards, man. Pretty good size.
St. Mary's has been a 5 seed in the Big Dance each of the last 2 years. Saxon's
for the Gales, they got to find a way to get Jaden Quaintance out the way. He's on the bench right now. If he's not in, then you can drive it and get downhill. And I think for Arizona State, PJ Freeman is the guy right now because he has the hot hand.
Marciulionis on a bounce into Saxen. Count it. And to 10 NCAA tournaments. Marciulionis sneaks it into Saxen for 2.
That is a very good pass.
Cohen flashes. Corkscrews down the lane. Falls to the floor. Nothing comes of it.
Saxen is very good defender.
He's the reigning West Coast Conference Defensive Player of the Year.
Sets great screens.
Gets it on the pocket pass for Marciulionis to lay it in. Minutes tonight. Patton lines up a 3.
One shot, one and done.
USC only has 3 offensive rebounds as a team tonight. They have not given themselves many chances at leftovers. Saxen, but you can't let them get that deep.
No, not.
They needed a moment to take a breath while also getting points.
Ross high off the glass, no good. Saxen, the putback, no good. Another offensive board, and there he scores. And Marciulionis gives it to Barrett, top of the key, 3. No good. Saxen a rebound. He'll try to muscle his way back up, and the follow-up is good. Ball on the way is good. That is the one different starter this second half from the first half is Aaron Price Jr. as he hits a corner 3, 49-34 Gales.
Yeah, he's in for Tarlach, and I think it's for more of that shooting role. We saw Reneker the whole time was going to make the extra pass. Never even really looked at the hoop despite the driving lane.
Yeah, if you thought they were shooting a lot of threes before in the first half, wait till this second half with them trailing. Saxen inside off the window. 5 on the shot clock, Marciulionis. Barrett corner 3 this time, short. And Saxen the rebound, and his putback is good. As Vasilich checks out.
Yeah, they're going to continue to rotate those guys.
Saxen strong to the bucket off the Goshen offense here for St. Mary's. Marciulionis trying to turn the corner. 3, Hardaway rattling around, no good. Saxen with the takeaway, and he puts it in.
Huskers to within 6. Under 10 to shoot. Lewis with 5 underneath. Saxen and patient. Lewis has come off the bench. He's been a spark, 9 points, and now it's Saxen spinning and scoring.
He came off, hands were ready, knees were bent, planted that inside foot, able to step into it.
Saxen off the glass, got around me.
Good corner awareness. He caught a peek of the opposite shot clock. He couldn't see the one on his own basket, but he caught a peek at the other end.
Marciulionis, what a slip that was to Saxen. Get worried that it might be on Mitchell Saxen. That one for good news for Gales fans, was not on Saxen.
Saxen has fouled out twice so far this season, but should have a good size advantage down low, and right on cue, he banks it off.
Yeah.
Boy, look at the rebound discrepancy in this game, Steve. 24 for St. Mary's and 9. And they just changed the stats. It's 23-9 in the rebound department for St. Mary's, but that is insane. The Gales have 10 offensive rebounds. That's more than Akron has as a unit right now, as Mitchell Saxen gets his second bucket of around the high screen. He'll take it, goes reverse. Saxen tips it up and in the right wing.
First points of the night for Scott, guy we heard a lot about, but that was very much needed if you're a Zips fan.
The Wichita State transfer with his first 3 of the night, and Mitchell Saxen
with 3 fouls. Mitchell Saxen was guarding decently well. You got to tip your cap, although basketball players aren't wearing caps. So, in any event, you got to give the respect to Akron on that shot.
Lyles 4 of 5 from distance tonight. All 12 of his points from that area. Saxen off the glass and good. And early on, a 7-1 Towson lead. They've knocked down their first 3 shots of the night. So for a team that we weren't really sure how the offense would look, being that they play a little slower tempo, they've come out and they've made a couple of shots early in the shot clock. Saxen works it out to Ross. Ross making his first collegiate start. It's Saxen inside, up with the right hand and in. Block. And Morauskas gobbles up the rebound. That's his second of the night. So St. Mary's has scored 8 straight after falling behind 7-1. Starting to impose their will on Towson. Saxen left hand, glass it in. Which I think, well, if they call the jump ball and possession flipped, I don't know. The Gales will take advantage of it.
Absolutely.
And Saxen delivers.
It hasn't gotten complete separation yet. Let's see if in this next 4-minute stretch that maybe it might.
That's the hard thing when you play a team that mirrors you in a lot of ways in terms of tempo. It's tough to get separate.
It's kind of been in that 13 to 8 range for maybe the last 4 minutes, 5 minutes of the first half, and now the first 5 minutes of the second half.
It's Morauskas. Over his shoulder for Ross. The Gales swinging around. Marshallonis just 1 of 4 shooting the basketball, but he's made some passes like that right to Saxen.